Jesus Freak here, and you've probably noticed that compared to a lot of other YouTube channels, I haven't really had the whiz bang of a lot of them. That I just, make my videos. If I have to do some tweaks to them, I do. I don't beg for subscribers. I don't beg for money. I don't run a Patreon. I just get my message out, and occasionally I drink weird soda or, eat weird snacks or whatever on camera. Because, well, that's just me. What you see is what you get. I'm not going to say that I've been accused of not being the genuine article. It should be clear as the nose on anyone's face. But I've gotten a bit defensive when others are attacked. Now, I admit, I have a bit of an issue. I got way too many Bibles. And my attitude's a bit weird toward them. I'm like, if they're personalized or if they feel too used, I might say, these are too tacky to give out. Because I got weird standards like that. It might seem like I'm a bit of a hoarder of Bibles. Can't say I've been accused of that on YouTube. Anyone who probably thinks that wouldn't really understand where I'm coming from. I'm certainly willing to provide within my means if there's a necessity. And I've done so. I've quite openly done so, although, I don't usually say too much about it. I bought a Bible for one of my friends that shipped it all the way to Poland. I don't say too much about it because I don't really think it matters. If that's what you need, and if I'm the one who's out there and able to provide it, who am I not to? But that's just, my opinion. The other day, my friend came down with a 24-hour bug. I had to go see my therapist about 9:45 that morning. I told her when she called me I'd go get her some stuff that she asked for after I got out. Instead, I felt bored, went out at 8 o'clock, a little before 8 o'clock, to hit a store that opened at 8 and got what she needed and some other stuff and stopped by right on my way. Well, Just to mention, though, right now I gotta put in a word for her because she said she was the doctor or something, and apparently she's got some type of pneumonia, so I'm gonna have to put in a word for her. One of my other faults, besides the fact that I have a thing for collecting Bibles, certainly, I'll get Bibles for someone who needs them. Heck, I've given her a few. And I'm like, I know what he needs in a Bible, and I know what she wants in a Bible. And if I can find something that fits the bill entirely, I was at Bender's maybe a couple months ago, and I found one that I'm like, you know what? I was just a few hours before this thinking about how could I find something like this, and lo and behold, it stares me in the face. So I got it, and I gave it to her, and she was over the moon. And I mean, it's a cheap gesture, by my standards at least. It meant a lot to her. It's not really my standard, to make a big production of getting stuff, giving stuff to people. Because I feel like, if I'm doing this, if I'm making a big production about it, I've missed the point. I mean, this is a whole thing that Jesus keeps going on in the early part of Matthew 6 when he says, well, these people go out and, do their holy deeds and make a big production about it. That's their reward. They're hoping that God's going to look on them favorably for doing it, but they're bragging to people that they're doing this. I don't do this to boast. I'm not telling this to brag. Honestly, I ain't got nothing to brag about. And I'm not really that type of person. I tend to use these videos as much, not only I try to channel the spirit while I got it, but I do this more to help myself. And if by some other means I might be able to help someone else, Lord willing, and I say that in the literal sense, not just, the expression. If I'm the channel that God's chosen, who am I to say no? Jesus freak out.